Hello everyone, my name is Miss A. For today's video, pag-uusapan natin ang horizontally launched projectile motion. This is the part 3 of my discussion about projectile motion. Pero kung hindi mo pa napapanood yung mga previous video ko about this one, I highly recommend that you watch first my first 3 video about this. The first video is about the UAM, accelerated motion and uniform motion. The second one is about discussion of the characteristics of projectile motion. And number three is a kinematic equation for projectile motion. Now, there are types class of projectile motion. So we have here horizontally launched and angle launch. Kung mapapansin niyo sa mga picture class na pinapakita ko sa inyo ngayon, it is the same with the pictures na pinakita ko as an example ng projectile motion nung nakaraan kong video. So now, for the sake of this video, pag-uusapan muna natin ang isa sa mga projectile motions na ito, and that is horizontally launched projectile motion. Now, ano bang itsura ng isang bagay na nag-undergo ng horizontally launched projectile motion? So, paano ba natin may imagine yon? Ito ay pumapatukol sa mga bagay na kung saan trino or drenop natin, nakikita nating nahuhulog mula sa matataas na lugar. For example, sa ibabaw ng bangin. Okay? Pag nakita nating nalaglag yung isang object mula sa mataas sa lugar ng isang bangin, okay? And then it hits the ground, and that is horizontally launched projectile motion. Okay? Uh, how about an object in dito mula sa second floor ng building? Okay? Lalong-lalo na kapag sinadya nating i-drop. Alright? Okay? So, mangyayari later on, it will drop on the ground. Okay? But then, the mere fact that it's come from the highest place, no, or come from second floor, okay, so that is horizontally launched projectile motion. Pero take note class, for it to be classified na horizontally launched projectile motion ang nagaganap sa isang bagay that is on the highest or that is been thrown or dropped from the highest place, dapat is nag-i-start muna yung kanyang movement in horizontal. Okay, meaning we're going to throw, or the direction of our throw when we throw a ball from the second floor should be horizontal muna before it drops on the ground. Alright? So that is horizontally launched. From the word is of horizontally launched, meaning nilaunch natin yung object ng horizontal direction. Okay? Or horizontally. Now, what is the situation, okay, or the condition ng mga variables na diniscuss or nabanggit na rin natin sa kinematic equation? Just like acceleration, original and final velocity, time, and displacement under horizontally launched projectile motion. So, pag-uusapan natin yan ngayon. But take note, class, that there is a separate variables and separate conditions that is happening between the variables of horizontal motion and vertical motion under this kind of projectile motion. Tandaan ninyo na ang projectile motion, it has two dimensions of motion na nangyayari at the same time, but still they are separate or not separated. They are independent to each other in the sense that si horizontal motion hindi naman naapektuhan sa presence ng gravity, but vertical motion is kasi nga ang projectile motion, it only considers force as force of gravity is the one that influences this kind of motion. Okay? Kaya iba yung makikita niyong sitwasyon ng variables or yung limang variables na pinakita ko sa inyo kanina under horizontal motion, and iba rin pagdating sa vertical motion. So, let's start with this situation muna, or paano ba nagsimula or magsisimula yung isang object kapag horizontally launch siya. Okay? So, sabi nga natin, horizontally launch. So, we will going to launch it horizontally or in horizontal direction. So, meaning, pagdating sa horizontal motion, meron na tayong kaagad na initial velocity right here. So, if we started from the speed sa speed na kung saan ay in horizontal motion, meaning ang value ng Vox natin is non-zero. Alright? Next, how about kung hindi siya non-zero or zero yung mismong value ng Vox natin or the initial velocity natin for horizontal motion. So, ano mangyayari? It will be vertical drop yung magaganap or free fall yung magaganap. Okay? Hindi na siya magiging horizontally launched projectile motion. Kaya importante that we had the value for the VOX when we speak upon horizontal launch projectile motion. Now, how about the VFX or the final velocity for horizontal motion? So remember, so dun sa mga formulas ninyo, we have um, specifically when it comes to formula number 2, we work with the formula number 2, which is VFX is equals to VOX. Or when it comes to formula 3, ganun din, parehas rin yung pinapakita, naka-square root lang. Okay? So, sabi dito, equal silang dalawa. So, ibig sabihin yan, kung ano yung value ng VOX natin, ganun rin yung VFX natin. But remember class, this kind of situation will just happen if we're going to neglect or there will be no air resistance or other forces acted on it. Okay, sa pangyayaring ito to make it equal. Kasi kung merong other forces or air resistance na magaganap, hindi sila or never sila magiging equal sa isa't isa. Alright? So, since nga, only gravity is being acted in projectile motion, kaya walang kahit anumang forces na pwede makapag-impluensya kung magiging equal or magiging constant yung velocity pag horizontal motion. Di ba nabanggit natin yung sitwasyon ng velocity when it comes to horizontal motion na kung saan pag sinabi natin velocity ng horizontal motion, lagi siyang constant. Pag sinabi natin constant, ibig sabihin pare-parehas yung values. Kahit yung initial, kahit yung final niya, pare-parehas yung values. So kung 2 meters, 2 meter per second yung initial speed mo or original speed, magiging ganun din na yung final speed mo or final velocity mo is 2 meters per second. That's why this formula that you work on, this kinematic equation, really applies in this scenario. Again, there should be no air resistance or other forces to make it na yung ating VFX is also non-zero and should be equal to VOX. Now, in terms of the acceleration naman class, we know that, yun nga, pinabalik-balik natin na projectile motion has this force of gravity that only influences this kind of motion. So, since na two-dimension siya at vertical motion lang ang naapektuhan sa gravity, kaya sa horizontal motion, wala siyang pakialam, walang other forces na um, um, had highly affected its acceleration. Kaya ang acceleration pag horizontal motion dito is equals to 0 meters per second squared. Okay, now, how about the time? So, the time, nabanggit ko nga nung nakaraan na yung time for horizontal motion is the same with vertical motion. So, baka magtaka kayo, ma'am, sabi mo, horizontally launched, meaning we started from horizontal. Eh, wala namang vertical do'n, okay? So, baka yun yung thought nyo. How about, no, if you think that it's purely horizontal, if you're going to neglect the presence of gravity class, sabi ko nga sa inyo, the movement of an object that starts with horizontal motion with will end and will continuously move in a horizontal motion. Okay? Kung nineneglect mo na walang presence of gravity. Eh, dito tayo sa Earth, meron tayong gravity niyan. Whatever it is, kung mag-start o bago ko pa mag-start ng motion ng object na yon, there is a gravity right there. Or kaya baka naiisip mo na nauna yung horizontal motion. Kasi nag-launch tayo horizontally. Tapos after nun, vertical motion. So, kung ganon, hindi magiging parabolic yung itsura natin or itsura ng ating um, projectile motion. So, since we have described na isang sa mga parts ng projectile motion natin ay dapat curve path yung makikita natin or parabolic dapat yung makikita nating ah, itsura ng movement ng isang object under projectile motion. So, dapat hindi ganito yung itsura niya. I-stop yung gravity once there is an horizontal motion. Sabi nga natin, dito, may independence sa isa't isa. Okay? So, that's why, pag sinabi nating um, time for horizontal motion, it will be always equal to vertical motion. That is because, unang-una sa lahat, sabi nga natin, before the object started its horizontal motion, the gravity is already there. And even it is at rest, no? So, gravity is already acted on it. Or, nandiyan na yung presence ng gravity. So, once the motion started, gano'n na rin na nag-start na rin yung mismong gravity. That's why later on makikita natin evidently na nagkakaroon ng curved path. Okay? Now, aside from that, no, number two is that they are independent to each other. Kaya, pag sinabi kahit na may presence of gravity right there, no, that will lead later on, no, for example, if the gravity acted on that object, it will lead later on to the vertical motion. Still, no, horizontal motion is present since siya yung nagsimula or is siya yung yun yung motion yung nagsimula, no, wala siyang pakialam sa presence ng gravity, but still, no, as the object is moving, no, nag-i-start na rin nagkaroon ng vertical motion. Okay? So, kaya, no, isa sa mga ebidensya natin that nagsasabay rin yung horizontal and vertical motion is nakikita natin yung object is moving parabolic. Hindi siya straight, hindi rin siya yung nakita natin na parang letter L, no? So, sana po naiintindihan po natin yan. Another proof is that when we'll going to, katulad nung pinakita ko sa inyo nakaraan na graph, no? Let's try to draw a line, okay, that is horizontal motion. Then we put a dot representing each second. Then the vertical motion or the vertical drop also on the side that has dots also representing movement for each second. And sa gitna is the parabolic. Kung mapapansin nyo, ipapatternize ninyo, nagkakaroon ng parallelism or nagtutugma-tugma, okay, per second or nagtatapat-tapat per second yung mismong from second of or the dots from horizontal and vertical motion. So, ibig sabihin niyan, parehas talaga silang nangyari um, kapag horizontally launched projectile motion. That's why we have here, no, we have here time is equals to or same with the values of Vm. Next, how about the displacement? No, dapat dx yan. Okay? So remember, dx will can be measured or can be determined after the projectile motion. And since it can be determined, so this is a non-zero. Next, how about let's go with the vertical motion. So, sa vertical motion class, sabi nga natin, we started to throw an object. Pag sinabi natin horizontally launch projectile motion, we started to launch an object in or throw the object in horizontal. So, that is momentarily. Okay, that's why our VOY or yung initial velocity na. Okay, so for example, this one. So we have here horizontal movement, pero later on, unti-unting lumalabas yung ating vertical motion because the gravity acted on that object. So that's why our VOY right there is 0 meters per second. Now, how about the VFY? So since later on, no, we see that the vertical direction of an object is appearing because of the presence of gravity. That's why our final velocity for the vertical motion is also non-zero. Okay, may value siya, and that is due to the presence of gravity. Now, since we speak about the presence of gravity, so that means also that we have a value for the gravity or the acceleration due to gravity later. So, one way to prove also that the VFY natin is non-zero is doon mismo sa ating formula. the second and the third one. So we have here for the second formula that we got for vertical motion, Vf1 is equals to Voy minus 9.8 times time. So since Voy is equals to 0 class, so gagawin natin yung Vfy, yung place ng VOY, magiging 0 na siya, minus 9.8 times time. So, since that is 0, so we can directly say that VFY is equals to 9.8 times time. So, kung ano man yung values ng time, no, i-multiply sa 9.8, okay? So, malabo rin na maging 0 yan at malabong negative. That's because kung 0 yung time, that means na hindi nag-start yung motion. Okay? Or walang naganap ng projectile motion. Alright? So, lalagyan natin dyan, or kahit anong value ng time dyan, magiging non-zero yung ating VFY. Another is that we have here the third formula, VFY squared is equals to VOY squared is minus 19.6 times dy. So, since VOY is equals to 0, so we have VFY squared is equals to 0 squared. So, dahil BOY is equal to 0, okay, minus 19.6 times dy. And since 0 squared is 0, okay, and then cancel lang natin, alisin lang natin yung 0 na yan, magiging VFY squared is equals to negative 19.6 times dy. Alright? So, kahit namang values, negative yan, magiging negative yung d natin dyan, or dy, since the object is been thrown downward, alright? So, kung negative times negative, magiging positive. So, that means also, it's a non-zero. Kung walang dy yan, hindi applicable rin, or hindi ito ma-categorize as horizontally launched projectile motion. Alright? So now, again, for the acceleration, because vertical motion is highly affected by the presence of gravity, and since projectile motion considers only the presence of the gravity class, so we have here acceleration due to gravity is equals to negative 9.8 meter per second squared. Okay, how about time? Sinabi ko sa inyo, pareha sila simultaneously nagaganap sa ating um, projectile motion. That's why the time for vertical motion will be the same with horizontal motion and vice versa. How about dy? Okay, so sa dy natin, syempre, it's a non-zero and that happens before project. Okay, so now we'll start to encounter some of the problem sets about horizontally launched projectile motion. But before that, no, adapt muna natin yung ibang strategies or mga strategies para ma-solve natin ng maayos yung mga projectile motions na ito. So number one, you read the problem carefully, then after na maintindihan yung ibig sabihin ng problem statement, you sketch the scenario. Okay? Number two, alamin ninyo kung ano yung known and unknown values nyo. Then number three, you select or pipili kayo ng tama at angkop na equation para sa problemang inyong nabasa. And number four, you solve the problem. Okay, so immediately apply natin kaagad kung ano yung mga natutunan nating strategies dito sa problem set number 1 na to. But before that, reminder, step number 1, we read the problem carefully, then we make a sketch or i-draw natin kung ano yung nasa scenario. So, ang sabi dito, a ball is thrown horizontally 12.8 meter per second from the top of 17.9 meter high cliff. How far from the base of the cliff does it land? Okay? So, you may pause this video para magkaroon kayo ng mas enough time to understand this problem set. And then afterwards, you pick some paper and pen para try nyo kung naintindihan nyo ba talaga, i-sketch nyo na yung mismong scenario. Alright? So, if you're done, hopefully that we have the same idea or your sketch matches or katulad dito sa mismong drawing na pinapakita ko sa inyo. So, this is exactly the scenario stated or pwede nating i-interpret doon sa nabasa natin problem statement. So, we have here a cliff or yung bangin. Then, yung bola nasa taas. Nakikita niyo yung red dyan. Then, meron tayong arrow that is on horizontal direction. That's because sinabi dito na binato raw natin yung ball ng horizontally and the amount of it is 12.8 meter per second. That's why nilagay natin ditong VOX is equals to 12.8 meter per second. Now, sinabi rin dito na naka-place siya sa top of the high cliff or sa tuktok ng bangin. At ang height ng bangin ay from the ground is 17.9 meter. So, kaya nilagay natin dy is equals to 17.9 meter. Okay? So now, number 2, okay, we got the sketch, we got to understand. So number 2, determine the known value and unknown value. So for you to have that, I highly suggest na i-tabulate nyo siya. No, katulad nito. Alright? So dahil nga magkaiba yung situation ng mga variables for horizontal motion and vertical motion. That's why we make a separate table to each one of them. Okay? So, next, pwede rin naman ganito so that you can shorten. Pag sinabi nating x, di ba, it represents horizontal motion, while for vertical motion in coordinate planes, it represents the y-axis. That's why we have that one. Parehas lang naman. Now, so it's time for you to determine the known and unknown values. And hopefully, ma-determine nyo kaagad. You may pause this video first. And then, afterwards, you check your answers. Okay, now, so hopefully you get the same answers as I. So I have here for horizontal motion, VOX ko is 12.8 meter per second since nilagay dito na yun yung speed ng object when I started to throw it horizontally. Then we have here VFX or yung final velocity natin that is equals to 12.8 meter per second since nalaman natin kanina na parehas lang naman ang values ng VFX at VOX. Next is we have your acceleration since horizontal motion to at wala nang ibang forces na pwedeng makaapekto sa horizontal motion under projectile motion. So, meron tayong ditong 0 meters per second squared. The time, hindi naman binigay. And dx natin, yun yung hinahanap. Mamaya malalaman ninyo bakit kulay green yung time dyan. Next, we have here in vertical motion represented by y. So, grupo ng y. We have your VOY or initial or original velocity natin. Sabi nga natin, ito yung constant natin. So, since we started the motion horizontally. So there is no value for initial velocity. So we have your 0 meters per second. Next, PFY, wala namang binanggit. Kaya, question mark. AY natin, since vertical motion is highly affected by the presence of the gravity dahil nga ang projectile motion ay gravity ang only force na nag influence sa motion na to. So, we have your negative 9.8 meter per second squared. Negative po yan ha. Okay, next, we have your time. So, sa time rin ng vertical motion, since wala namang sinabi, so that would be question mark. And we have your dy or yung height of the cliff, binigay naman, which is negative 17.9 meters. Ngayon, ang tanong, bakit nilagay ko negative 17.9 meters? Okay? So, if you're going to look at the Cartesian plane, di ba, sabi nga natin, no, this dy is belong to the y-axis. So, encircle natin yung y-axis. Now, from the origin class, so there are two parts of y-axis. We have the positive one, so sa taas, or the upper part of the y-axis, and negative one at the lower part of y-axis. Now, look upon yung mismong arrow. Okay? Sa tingin nyo, sa dalawang arrow na yan, which of it represents the motion of the ball na trinon mismo sa bangin from our given problem? Okay, very good. So that is downward, no? Yung trinaw natin yung ball mula sa cliff, ang nangyari later on ay nag-downward motion siya. So, katapat niya is negative, no? That makes it na yung ating displacement dito becomes negative 17.9 meters kahit na hindi naman sinabi na negative yon. But since this is horizontally launched and galing siya sa elevated na na place and then trinon siya, automatically because of the presence of gravity, later on, magiging downward siya and never mag-upward. Okay, now, so this is all of the knowns and unknown value natin. So, yung unknown value natin or yung hinahanap dito sa problem is yung dx natin. So, yun yung itatry natin isolve dito. Now, number three, we select the suitable or yung angkop na equation. So, paano yun? So, since that yung dx, saan ba siyang grupo? Is it from horizontal or vertical motion? Of course, dx siya, no? So, x, that means sa grupo ng horizontal motion. So, we're going to scout or mag-start tayo na maghanap ng tamang equation para sa dx na to, para malaman natin yung dx dun sa kagrupo niyang mga formulas sa horizontal motion. Now, so these are the formulas in horizontal motion. Okay? So, we're going to compare apat yan. Alin sa tingin nyo sa mga formulas na yan ang makakatulong sa atin para mahanap si dx? Alright? So, if you say the first and the last, that is correct. No? Since that the VFX o yung mismong pangalawa at pangatlo ay nakafocus lang naman sa pagiging equal ng VFX at ng VOX. Okay? So, ika-cancel kong silang dalawa. Now, anong mapapansin nyo pa? Okay? Pwede na ba silang gamitin ng diretso or may problema pa tayo? Alright, so may problema pa tayo dito at ang problema natin ay yung value ng time. Okay? Kasi kung gagamitan natin yung first na equation, we have yung dx hinahanap is equals to VOX. Meron tayong value ng VOX kasi yung time missing. Ganon din naman sa fourth na equation. Kaya, ang gagawin natin nito, okay? So, since um, yung time to vertical motion and horizontal motion ay parehas lang. Okay? Kaya ang gagawin natin, titingnan naman din natin yung vertical motion formulas. Then titingnan natin kung ano yung formula na pwede nating gamitin para mahanap natin sa time. At pag nahanap natin sa time, gagamitin natin naman yung value ng time na yon na nakuha natin sa vertical motion para magamit sa alin man dito sa dalawang horizontal motion equation. Alright? Okay? Kaya rin greenin ko yung time. Next. So, this is the vertical motion na equation. So, mamimili tayo dito. Titingnan natin kung alin sa mga equation dito ang time lang ang kulang. Okay? Or pwedeng hanapin. And the rest is given. So, equation number 1, scan natin. Is it okay? Okay, we have your dy is equals to VOY times time minus 4.9 times t squared. Meron tayong dy? Yes, may value ng dy. May VOY tayong value? Yes, constant siya. Okay, and then meron pa bang iba? Okay, time na lang yung nawawala. So, pwede ba natin gamitin? Yes, of course, pwede. Okay, how about equation number 2? VFY is equals to VOY minus 9.8 times time. Okay, si VFY ba given? Hindi, no, hindi sinabi. So, hindi natin siyang pwede gamitin since sa equation na to, dalaway nawawala, yung time tsaka yung VFY. Okay? So, cancel natin. Next, how about equation number 2? May VFY rin. Kaya, cancel natin yan automatic. Okay? And then, yung question number 3, ay number 4, may VFY rin. Kaya, cancel natin to. So, yung formula na gagamitin natin, unang-una ay yung dy is equals to VOY times time minus 4.9 times t squared. Now, Step number 4, we're going to solve the problem. So we started by writing the um, equation na napili natin. So dy is equals to VOY times time minus 4.9 meter per second squared times t squared. Then, kailangan lang natin i-express lahat ng values na nilista natin sa table. So we have here negative 17.9 meters equals to, dahil yung VIY natin is equals to 0, so we have here 0 times time minus 4.9 meters per second squared times t squared. Now, since magkatabi si 0 at si time, kahit alin mang value ng time dyan, ang mangyayari is 0 pa rin yung kakalabasan. So, gagawin ko, cancel ko lang yan. Then, after that, we have this equation. Then, for us to iwan, okay, para maiwan na lang yung t squared dyan sa kabila, gagawin natin, yung kakasal natin both sides to negative 4.9 meters per second squared yung bawat side ng equation. Then, since sa side ng t squared, yung katabi niyang negative 4.9 meter per second squared ay parehas doon sa ilalim nila or denominator. So, cancel lang natin yan. Kasabay ng sa kabilang banda, ng equation, merong magkaparehas na unit kay 17.9 tsaka kay 4.9. So, ano yung magkaparehas na yon? C meter. So, cancel, cancel. So, ang maiiwan na lang is negative 17.9 divided by negative 4.9 squared. S squared divided by or equals to T squared. Now, ang gagawin natin, perform lang natin yung operation between 17.9 and 4.9. Divide lang natin sila. Kalabasan is 3.89. Okay? Second squared is equals to t squared. So, since parehas kasing negative, so i-cancel lang natin yan. Then, afterwards, we have, no, para ma-cancel natin yung squared sa time, we need to put the squared sa 3.89 para rin ma-cancel yung squared sa kanyang unit na second. Okay? So, pag nangyari yan, we do some cancellation in the square root of 3.89. So, the answer is 1.89 second for our time. And this time, o yung nahanap natin na value ng time using the formula for vertical motion ay time for vertical motion. And since parehas yung time ng vertical motion sa horizontal motion, so pwede natin gamitin itong value na ito doon sa isa sa mga formulas dito sa horizontal motion. Now, pipili tayo sa dalawa. Okay, anong mas pinakamaganda or pwedeng maging shortcut? Or mas madaling gamitin na formula ng horizontal motion. Of course, pipiliin natin yung unang formula, no? Kasi kung makapapansin nyo po, yun dun sa unang formula, ay sa pang-apat na formula, no? Pinag-add nga yung VOX, tsaka VFX, tapos dinivide niya ulit sa 2. Eh, magkaparehas lang naman yung for example, 12.8 plus 12.8 tapos di-divide mo rin sa 2, eh di yung kalabasan 12.8. Idiretso na lang natin, okay? Na galing yun sa VOX. So, ang gagamitin nating formula is yung first formula. And ito rin yung dahilan bakit ito yung highly recommended ko na huwag niyong kakalimutan or gamitin madalas in performing equations. So, our formula would be dx is equals to VOX times time. Now, let's use that formula. So, dx equals to VOX times time. So, since we have VOX, so we have dx is equals to yung VOX natin, 12.8 meter per second. Then, times, dun sa nakuha nating time, which is 1.8 59 second. Then, after that, we cancel same unit. So, since yung doon sa VOX na unit is meter per second, yung second niya nasa denominator. Tapos, yung sa time naman, yung second ay um, whole unit or kung i-fraction pa natin numerator. Kung numerator tapat sa denominator, pwede nating i-cancel. Okay? So, basic ano yan, cancellation. So, ang matitira na lang is meter. And then, when we multiply 12.8 to 1.89, ang may iwan is 10.91 meters. And that is the value of dx. Okay? So, nasolve na natin yung problem? Yes, nasolve na natin po yung problem. Okay, now. So, tandaan ninyo class na hindi laging ganito yung sitwasyon na parang um, pag may kulang sa kabila, no, nakita nyo naman yung flow, gagamitin natin yung isa, for example, specifically sa time, no? Actually, yun yung perks ng pagkakaroon ng pares na time, no? Or parehas silang nangyayari at the same time. Kasi pag nakuha natin yung time nung isa, or using the formula um, ng isa, no? So, pwede na natin gamitin sa kabila, or sa kabilang motion. Alright? Then, um, so, yun nga, no, hindi siya laging ganitong sitwasyon. Sometimes, mas simple pa or mas komplikado. For example, pag simple, that means na, for example, gamit ang formula ng horizontal motion, we have dx is equals to vox times time. So, for example, given na yung vox tapos yung time. So, pwede na natin makalculate yung dx kung yung dx yung kulang. Alright? So, sana maiintindihan kayo. And for you to try out whether you understand it or not, you may solve this three problems or problem 2 and 3, sorry. And then, binigay ko na rin yung tamang sagot. Bakit ko binigay yung tamang sagot? I just want you to test yourself whether you understand the process. Ang pinaka-importante doon is you understand the process. So, if you got the answer with the process that you do, okay, and then that means that you understand this video. All right. So, if you have some questions, you just chat me ahead. Thank you and God bless everybody.